Hello everybody, today we'll be looking at the difference between this and this. A professional grade video monitor versus a smartphone with a very special app called the Monitor Plus app, which is only used for Sony cameras. So if you're a Sony camera user, stick around because we will see what the difference is between these two things. Let's go. Okay, the lighting keeps changing and I'm standing in front of the window, so if things start to get brighter or darker, please excuse my very poor cinematography skills. I've switched to the monitor now, and there is a couple of issues when you connect the video monitor to a Sony camera. For instance, if you want to export a 4K signal to the monitor and record internally in the camera, then face tracking is turned off like I have now. So I have no face tracking, the camera is just using the wide, all the face detect pixels, and it's kind of trying to figure out what's in front and what's in the back, so it's keeping focus over here, hopefully. But if you switch to 1080p, then you have face tracking back. Also, if you're just exporting a 4K signal without internally recording in the camera, then face tracking comes back. That's a Sony issue, and I think all Sony cameras have this kind of thing. I think it has to do something with the internal processing or something like this. So whenever you're recording internally, then face tracking turns off if you're in 4K. If you're recording full HD or 1080p, then everything stays normal. But this is also a problem with the Monitor Plus app. Once you connect this via USB-C to USB-C to the camera, then face tracking turns off, regardless of which resolution you're recording in. And you can record on the smartphone, for instance, but those are only proxy files because the frame rate drops. It's not really useful, and this is kind of the big issue with using your smartphone in the Monitor Plus app as a video monitor. It's not going to be a smooth sensation like I have with a proper video monitor. And if you want to do any client work, it's really not going to look really professional. It's just kind of really useful for people like YouTubers, for instance, which don't want to spend money on a monitor if you don't need it. And you have that record button, you have that red frame around the frame, which tells you that you're actually recording the video, which is really useful. I've messed this up a lot of times when I think I press record, but I don't press record. So this has helped me a lot in many cases. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to rely on my auto ISO to keep up with not that bright of an outside. It's getting brighter and darker outside. I should really do this like in the evening with a proper light and have control over my lighting. Now when it comes to focusing, both systems have focus peaking for manually focusing, but the Monitor Plus app allows you to tap on the screen and focus wherever you want. Now I do have to stress out that it doesn't work on all cameras. For instance, on my Sony Alpha 7 III, when I record a video, tap to focus is not working, so I don't really use it. For instance, if you want to have two people in the shot, one is in the front, one is in the back, and you want to change focus by just tapping on their face, on the Sony Alpha 7 III, it's not going to work because this feature is disabled in the Monitor Plus app. Of course, on a proper video monitor, you don't get that feature anyway, so it's just for monitoring, for viewing, and I don't control my camera through the monitor like I'm doing over here. But the cool thing about a video monitor is that I can actually see my audio levels. I know that my audio is being recorded, and if my microphone is turned off, I know it's actually turned off. Here I have no audio levels. I think they should kind of add this in a future update. Maybe they will, because this is really useful, because if you start recording and your microphone, for instance, is dead, the battery is not working, or you just forget to connect it, which happens also, then you record a video without any audio or just the internal camera audio microphone, which is not that good. So this is where a proper video monitor actually has the advantage, and the brightness just changed again. So when it comes to other features, both of these systems, so a monitor and a Monitor Plus app on a smartphone, they offer kind of the same thing: the zebras, the false colors, the focus peaking, the using a LUT to color grade or to show the end result of your, for instance, S-Log image profile. You can actually import a LUT over here, or import also a LUT onto the Godox 5.5-inch monitor, which is going to show you the end result, so you don't need to kind of figure out how it's going to look in the end. It's really useful actually. So we come to the final recommendation as to what you should get. Should you buy a video monitor or should you go with just your smartphone? I would say that you should start with a smartphone, kind of get used to all of the features, and if it works out for you, then you don't actually need a video monitor. The only downside is that you don't have that kind of smooth feeling when you're recording the video. It's going to, the frame rates are going to drop, so it's not going to give you a smooth sensation. But if you're doing talking head videos like this, then the frame rate, you shouldn't even look at the monitor anyway. It's just for setting the framing, making sure that everything's being recorded, and then you look at the lens. So this is where this comes really practical. It's really useful. But if you want to get a little bit more serious, and if you want to record somebody else and view everything through a monitor which is bigger than just the back screen of the camera, well then definitely go ahead and buy a video monitor, like for instance the Godox 5.5 inch, which is really useful for viewing what you're actually recording. If you want to get really serious, then I would suggest buying the Atomos Ninja 5, which is also an external recorder, so you can then output a clean 4K feed, get face tracking, and record everything on the monitor. So there you have it. There's not a lot of difference between using a monitor plus app on your smartphone compared to a regular video monitor, but there is, there's the size difference, there's the weight difference. You need to bring this with you, and you always have this with you. And for doing videos like this is really useful. And if you want to get a little bit more serious, then well, you're gonna have to bring something like this with you. So if I've answered any of the questions, or if I've given you more questions, then please leave a comment down in the comment section. Also, please consider hitting the like button, because that helps YouTube to know that you like the video, and it's for free and it means a lot. Thanks. Also consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video through one of these guys. Yeah, bye bye.